Can dinner diplomacy really fix Bengaluru's broken infrastructure? Well, in what seems like a thaw after weeks of public sparring, Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar and Biocon Chief Dr. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw sat down for dinner, not to dine, but to deliberate on the city's civic chaos. The dinner meeting at Shaw's residence brought together TV Mohandas Pai, Tanveer Ahmed and BBMP Commissioner Maheshwar Rao, all key stakeholders in Bengaluru's infrastructure revival. Sources say that the discussions went beyond pleasantries, covering pothole repairs, the outer ring road's traffic mess, the metro's slow progress, and the never-ending battle against debris and garbage. Now, this meeting marks quite a turnaround. Both Mohandas Pai and Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw had been sharply critical of the government's handling of the city. But this time, Mohandas Pai tweeted in praise of D.K. Shivakumar, saying that the interaction is bridging the gap between voters and representatives. And it was not just Mohandas Pai, it was also Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw too called the discussions constructive, saying an action plan was drawn up to address key bottlenecks. Both sides agreed to turn the spotlight away from blame and towards solutions. The government has promised strict timelines for civic works, while industry leaders pledged to back and amplify visible progress on the ground. However, not everyone is impressed. Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya says he will soon meet the Deputy Chief Minister to discuss alternatives to the controversial 18-kilometer-long tunnel project between Hebbal and Silk Board, a project he says threatens Lal Bagh and only benefits car owners. The tunnel row has now reached the court, with actor and activist Prakash Belavadi filing a PIL. Tejasvi Surya is expected to present the argument on Tuesday against the state government's proposed underground road network to ease the city's traffic congestion. Tejasvi Surya has also sought an appointment with Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who holds the Bengaluru development portfolio, to discuss the implications of the project and possible alternatives. Meanwhile, the political war of words continues. D.K. Shivakumar has defended the tunnel project as a practical solution to the city's traffic woes, responding to criticism that it would serve only the wealthy. He said, and I quote, "This is for the rich. Let Surya come up with a better plan." Tejasvi Surya and several civic activists, however, maintain that the project risks damaging Bengaluru's heritage and environment.
Our opposition to tunnel road is not just restricted to the damage it will definitely cause to Lal Bagh and Sankey Tank, but to the whole of the city, and also because the project only will worsen traffic in Bengaluru and not address the core of the issue, that is reducing private vehicles and increasing public transport. Bengaluru will not benefit from an ego fight between D.K. Shivakumar and Tejasvi Surya. What Bengaluru needs today is a comprehensive urban mobility plan that will reduce private vehicles and increase adoption of public transport. Our objection is only to tunnel road. Why are we opposing it? Because it is a project that won't solve the problem that they are saying that they are going to solve. It is going to be a waste of public money. And it is just not my opinion. It is the opinion of environment activists, urban experts, mobility planners. And if you conduct a referendum in the city today, 99% of the people will say they don't want a tunnel road. They want better.
For a time, I've asked him that I will meet on Tuesday. Let me give you good suggestion. Huh? No one can stop me. Only God can stop me. I don't mind. Only God can stop me, number one. Number two, there is a law of this country. You have seen tunnels in Mumbai, Delhi, so many other places. Without, there is no option. Let me give you a suggestion. He is a MP. I welcome him. He should help us. He should get money from the Prime Minister. He should give an alternative. Earlier, Mr. George wanted to do a flyover. They objected and they stopped. Now, what is your position? Timing here, No solution. No solution. Let them give solution. If there is good solution, let us openly debate. We will discuss and come back. Apart from all MPs, all other MLAs are liking my idea. This is not an idea for me. I will not be permanent here. I am already 60 plus. So it is for the future of Bangalore.
So the question is, can a dinner table really rebuild Bengaluru's broken roads and broken infrastructure? Or will this newfound civility collapse under political heat? Now, to answer those questions and more, joining us on the broadcast are Mr. Satya Prakash, Vice Chairman and Spokesperson of the KPCC, Mr. Ashok K.M. Gowda, Spokesperson of the BJP, Sandeep Aniruddhan, Civic Activist, Bengaluru, joining us. Thank you, all of you, for taking time out to be with us. And before I go to the political representatives over here, Sandeep Aniruddhan, I'm going to begin by asking you a simple question as a civic activist. Let's face it, Bengaluru's traffic woes needs solutions, immediate solutions, urgent solutions, and the tunnel road idea is not a first as far as the city of Bengaluru is concerned. There has been other cities where these projects have been successful. Is there something fundamentally flawed when it comes to this 18-kilometer long Hebbal Silk Road tunnel project?
It's not about this tunnel or any other tunnel. The problem with when you need to contrast with what Bengaluru's present government is planning with what is done worldwide. The rest of the world, especially the West, have already gone over this curve of learning, correcting mistakes, and then they have stabilized into what is the best approach for urban mobility. If you look at Singapore, if you look at London, if you look at Tokyo, they have all moved away from creating more road infrastructure of whatever kind, be it flyovers or road widening or underground roads, tunnel roads. They've all made this mistake before. And then they realized that this does not help. Singapore, in fact, had a grand tunnel road project for which they had kept aside funds and they had kept aside lands for. In 1980s, they scrapped it. And then they gave away those resources to a mass transit option. Why? Because they said that tunnel road will not solve the congestion problem. It will in fact worsen it. And a mass transit option with good public transport infrastructure, metro, suburban rail and buses, and an active limiting of private vehicles. In Singapore, they introduced those heavy taxes for cars and they made it impossible for people to buy cars. And they have set also a limit. The city can have only so many cars. People need to get a quota. So this was all part of a mix of figuring out what is best for a city. And they've all figured out that the best thing to do is to introduce good mass transit options, give enough capacity in mass transit options, and limit private transport, limit road transport. This is what Tokyo has done. In fact, Tokyo has it does about 4 crore rides per day through metro and suburban rail. And it has the equivalent, the size of Tokyo is the same as Bengaluru. In Bangalore, we do only about 10 lakh rides.
Fair enough.
We are not even chipping away at the edge of what is potential. So, in terms of strategy, tunnel is a big mistake. It is wrong. This is what people have learned already. Why do we have to repeat the mistake? That is my question.
Fair enough. Fair question. Mr. Satya Prakash, activists, have their reasons as to why they don't want the tunnel project. But the dinner meeting, let's get back to that. The dinner meeting, is an important step in that sense. You have the Deputy Chief Minister himself, reaching out to these corporate honchos who had been extremely critical in the recent past. And post the meeting, a lot seems to have changed in the sense that both of these, TV Mohandas Pai and Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, have pledged their support as well. But the government will still need to take in suggestions from all parties to ensure they come up with the right solutions.
Krishna, on News9, I was the first guy who said, and for multiple, in multiple shows I said, blackmail by corporate is not going to be the order of the day. At last, I am glad the corporate captains have understood that collaborative approach is the only way in which we can solve the problems and woes of people of Bangalore. I appreciate, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw and Mr. Mohandas Pai to sit down with the government. See, over a cup of coffee, over dinner, most of the problems will get solved in the next 15-20 days. This is exactly why I said, over a tweet, Bangalore infrastructure cannot be developed. But with a collaborative approach, sitting in front of the table, dialogue will solve most of the approaches. I am very glad that our statesman, Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Shivakumar, has gone one step forward, called the industry captains, sat down with them, and I'm sure in the coming days, brand Bangalore, the upswing will start off. Now coming back to what my friend, Sandeep said. See, Tejasvi Surya is no urban planning expert. While we have to reduce the private consumption vehicles, but it will not happen overnight. Till we build mass transport systems like metro, all the phases complete, the number of private vehicles will not come down. Today, let us imagine in 2013 to 18, if that steel bridge, which connects, from that Makery Circle over to Airport Road, everyone said, that is not the best solution. We scrapped it. But today, most of them said, alas, if we had that steel bridge, all the problems that we are facing, on our way to airport today would not be there. This is aftermath that we have discovered that was the best possible option. Today, what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has said is, this tunnel road is going to connect Hebbal to, Silkwood to Hebbal. That means that will, bypass the steel bridge. So, till mass transport systems are built, what will we do for the existing transport vehicles? There should be something in place. Today from south, if I want to go towards Hebbal, it takes a massive 1.5 hour during peak hours, sometimes 2 hours. What do I do? Today, tomorrow, if a tunnel road comes in, I will reach Hebbal in 15-20 minutes. Don't you think that is a win-win situation for all of us?
Okay.
While on one side we built a mass transport system, for the existing vehicles, what do you do? And that is exactly what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Congress party is doing through the tunnel road.
Okay, fair enough. Ashok K.M. Gowda wants to come in. Ashok K.M. Gowda of the BJP, please go ahead.
Krishna ji, Satyaprakash ji clearly said, yes, Tejasvi Surya is a law graduate. I'm a qualified architect and a urban planner from CEPT Ahmedabad, which is the 4th best university across the world. I have graduated from there. In fact, Tunnel Road project, the DPR, I have shared it with my traffic planner, experts, and across the world. Not just like 1 or 2 professors, at least 4 professors I have shared, and as well as a cult report which was submitted on the Tunnel Road, I have shared with them, and they have given me orally as well as via mail few points, as well as I myself have sat for past 3 days and I have noted down the points. I agree with Sandeep ji, Tunnel Road is definitely not a solution for the cities which were planned 500 years back. Or if the city is growing at a pace what it is growing today, for example, Bangalore city. In fact, my own case study in 2003 clearly stated that Bangalore city will be a one city between Chikbalapura to Ramnagara, Tumkuru to Vasur, which will comprehend the entire population of around 6 crores, whether you call that city as Chikbalapura or Ramnagara or Vasur or anything else or a Bangalore. Totally it will be this. Whereas the Karnataka government, do they have a plan to develop the city of Bengaluru to this extent where it is already getting developed? Point number 1. Point number 2. Do they have a solution to link this entire metro, suburban rails, transit road, STRR, PRRs, and stations with this tunnel road? They do not have. The environmental impact plan is definitely not given, as well as the exit and entry point problems are not been solved at all. For example, land acquisition extent and the entry and the exit point, wherever we have seen in the past, whether it's a flyover or any other crossover bridges, it chokes on the exit point or the entry point. That problem is not solved. So this solution is not there in the DPR, as well as clearly reports all these mistakes. And tunnel roads are built only to cross the ceiling or a river water, or where the temperature is below 10 degrees, like in Monterrey or any other cities. Or even tunnel roads are built wherein heavily dense pathways, you want to create pathways in CBD areas, and you want to take the tunnel roads for a small stretch. Their tunnel roads are built across the world, whether it is the entire 6 continents, wherever the habitation is there. Tunnel roads are these solutions only. First, all this is tunnel on relating to the tunnel road. Now let us come to D.K. Shivakumar meeting our Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw or Mohandas Pai, all those things. When Mohandas Pai or Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw have tweeted very clearly the solid waste management problem or the low road which is leading from Biocon to Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, I request D.K. Shivakumar and everybody else to travel on that road 2 days, because I have my own plot there. So I go often on that plot. So, on that road, wherever the Biocon is there, to Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw's residence. There, believe me or not, there is a APMC, and APMC has got huge trucks, meaning to say 150 metric tons of trucks travel, minimum of 100 to 150. The road is not widened. There is no plan.
Don't talk of some, some one road or something. Talk holistically. Every time you tell I have a plot there, my site is there, my house is there. You are not the only one, sir. You are not the only guy in Bangalore.
Satya Prakash, we're talking about that one road because that's the focus. Let him finish. I will come to you. Mr. Satya Prakash. Mr. Gowda, please finish your point.
Every time he says my house is there, my property is there. You are not the only citizen. There are 1.4.
Widen that road to make that road to take the load of 150 tons, which is carried in the truck, and at least minimum to 100 and 150 trucks which will be moving on the road.
Okay. Mr. Satya Prakash, Mr. Gowda, hold your horses. Fair enough.
And there is no solution. So believe me or not, tunnel road is waste of 18,000 crores, which is as of today estimated.
Fair enough.
In the coming days, it will be around 25,000 crores. And you can build metro network of 772 kilometers. If it is 25,000 crores, you can build around 95 kilometers of metro road. So if the plan is going to take, as per the schedule, it is going to take 5.5 years. If you spend this kind of a money and make it, and first of all in the report itself, it says it is not viable at the cost of state government, and you need a central fund, central grants up to 30 to 40%.
Tejasvi Surya.
Mr. Gowda, point taken. Mr. Gowda, Satya Prakash, point taken. Mr. Sandeep Anirudhan has been waiting to comment for a while. Mr. Sandeep Anirudhan, you started this conversation by saying the fact that money should be diverted to making mass transport system. In that sense, are you saying the fact that instead of spending it on the tunnel road, we would be better off spending it on the metro and completing the works or expanding the metro network? Is that the solution that you are suggesting? And I also want your thoughts on what you think about a dinner meeting like this. At the end of the day, it's always great when a state government is receptive to criticism, is willing to listen to because the criticism has already been done on a public platform. So, there is no restriction on these corporate honchos from expressing their point of view. But it's also good that the government is willing to take in their views and listen to them.
Krishna, first I'll address the issues of urban planning and transport planning. See, I'd like to ask Satya Prakash, you were saying if only Steel Bridge was built, he says a few cars could have traveled faster. My question to him is, if only a metro line had been put on that same line, 1,000% more people could have traveled much quicker. And this perspective is missing in this government. It's a lack of education, that's the problem. Now the point is, what Bengaluru misses is a mechanism for planning. From 1992, we are in violation of the constitution, which clearly says the Metropolitan Planning Committee has to be the planning authority, and we have to have master planning. We need to have vision plans. That's how modern cities plan. Singapore has a 50-year vision plan and a 15-year master plan, and they do annual revisions of plans. London has a 25-year vision plan and master plans. We have zero plans.
But that's the problem. But Sandeep, that's the case in many cities in the country, not just Bengaluru. You ask that question to many cities, all the big cities in the country.
No, Krishna Kumar, that is the reason all the cities in India are collapsing. This is not a uniquely Bengaluru problem.
Yeah.
This is a national problem. Why? Because all the cities are violating the 74th Amendment of the Constitution. And I'll tell you the problem. Now, These governments make ad hoc arbitrary plans like this. One minister comes and says, oh, I want to build a tunnel because somebody told me tunnel is good. Another one will come and say, I want to build elevated corridors. Another one will come and say, I want to build taxi pods. The point is, none of these, as the other panelist from BJP was saying, because he's a planner, he understands it. None of this is part of a plan. Therefore, they don't have interconnect. They don't have proper simulation on origin destination studies. None of it is there. These are vanity projects. We shouldn't be wasting money in vanity projects. The same. My understanding is all these brand Bengaluru projects that the Congress government has announced, they are outlaying an expense of almost 2 lakh crores. 2 lakh crores, you can build a high density grid of mass transit using metro and suburban rail. Suburban rail is low hanging fruit. Even on the existing rail network, if you just put coaches today and you ensure there is automatic signaling, you can give at least 4 services in every direction every hour. They're not even touching it because they don't have vision. If you did that, half the transport will shift to suburban rail and mass transit.
Yeah,
now, so the lack of planning, mechanism.
The problem with these planners is...
we heard you.
We heard you,
Sandeep. Let me take so Satyaprakash.
Let me finish. The fix
How much you will finish? You both have been talking for the last 20 minutes.
One
so if it is a one way, man ki baat ho gaya, to kya fayda? People of Karnataka should listen the government point of view also, no?
We didn't disturb you, sir. Please.
Finish your point. Sandeep, finish your point.
Yeah. Okay. The point I'm making is, whichever government, if it really cares for Bengaluru, should first fix the governance and planning problem. We don't have a planning mechanism, and we have a very bad, poor governance mechanism. These two are causing all the problems we have. If you don't fix these things, this will continue. All these announcements will happen, everything. Coming to the issue of industrialists and politicians having dinners, I'll tell you what. Right now, the same industrialists, Kiran Mazumdar and Mohandas Pai, they are both trustees of an organization called BPAC. The management of BPAC are right now directors on B-Smile, which is the government body which has to implement these dubious projects. So they have these pronouncements in public, but what they're actually supporting is something else. This is a smoke screen. This is just optics. They are all hand in glove. The big infrastructure push has them all working together. Unfortunately, none of them understand the constitution. They don't understand the framework in which planning should happen and how governance should happen.
Satyaprakash, the question here is not whether the government has intent or not, but does it have the right vision to carry forward Bengaluru?
See, the problem with these planners is they are always cribbers. They always keep on cribbing their whole life. They don't do, right now, the government is responsible for what is happening in Bangalore, and decisions taken by the government as the mandate of the people of this state. Now, they are talking of two things. As even one planner, urban expert questioned Modi, why funds for the last 1 or 2 years, Metro, not even a single pie is given by the central government? Has central government released even a single pie for the last 1-2 years for the Metro project? No. Now coming back to suburban rail, I was reading a report yesterday or day before, I don't know. I think according to reports, the suburban railway is shelved by the union government, not by the state government. Not by the state government. It is shelved by the union government is what I'm hearing. Has even once all these urban planners questioned Mr. Modi? Have these guys, these urban planners questioned Mr. Modi? Bangalore is contributing lakhs of crores to you. How much are you giving back to brand Bangalore? Have they questioned? They have not questioned. Right now, what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is doing is, we will have long-term solutions, we will have short-term solutions. Metro, if the work is happening, will Metro happen in 1 year, 2 years? Without funds, where will it happen? Mr. Modi has not given a single paisa for the last 1 or 2 years. I was reading a report. For the last 2 years, they have not given anything for Metro. Only the state is spending. Why are you not questioning the central government? Doesn't Modi and the central government has a responsibility towards Bangalore as a city for which migration happens across the country? People from Bihar, UP, everyone, all the Bimaru states come here. And they are the guys who are, there is a huge influx. Doesn't the central government have a responsibility to how many crores of money Mr. Modi has given to Bangalore as a whole? Karnataka has given 19 MPs. Why Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is questioning Tejasvi Surya is, what are you doing for the last 2.5 years? Why didn't you go to Modi and ask him? Bangalore is suffering. Give us some funds. When Modi has funds to give to Vijayawada, Amravati, when he has funds to give to Gujarat, why can't he give to Karnataka?
Fair enough.
For every 1 rupee, a meager 13 paisa is given.
Fair
How many
enough.
of you urban planners have questioned Modi on this?
Okay.
Why can't he increase it to 28 paisa, what he is giving to his home state, Gujarat? 19 MPs are there. How many times these 19 MPs have gone to Modi? Karnataka is suffering, Bangalore is suffering. Please allot some 30,000 crores or
Fair enough.
40,000 crores for it.
Fair enough.
No one talks on this.
Point taken. Point taken. We're running out of time over here. I'm going to ask for one last quick comment from Mr. Ashok K. M. Gowda, who's been wanting to come in. One last quick comment and we wrap this up. Mr. Gowda.
See, very simple, Krishna ji. They are diverting. Satya Prakash is just diverting the issue. He is not understanding. He is questioning the urban planner. See, when funds itself is coming, which is around 54 paisa, not 13 paisa, very straight and very clear, and probably he has not read the systems very properly. And see, leave that apart. Now, what are we asking? What is Sandeep asking? What I am asking? We are asking a comprehensive plan for the development of Bengaluru and the alternative solutions to a tunnel road. He is saying, well, where is the funds coming from?
Why should we have an alternative this thing? Why should we have an alternative when tunnel road is a good one according to the government?
From the beginning, this is just to criticize BJP or any other things. They do not have a plan for the city. If they have a plan, let them come out with a plan. Then ask the central government to fund. That's a different issue. Satya Prakash, you cannot divert the issue just like
Krishna, what was BJP doing for 4 donkeys years? Why didn't they have an alternative plan? For 4 donkeys years they were there.
Straight to the point.
What were they doing?
Fair enough. The only thing I can think of at this stage is that there should have been a plan long time ago, not just 4 years ago, but even before that. There should have been a plan, and Bengaluru deserves a plan. Let's hope Bengaluru gets one sooner than later. I'm afraid we're completely out of time here on this conversation with Satya Prakash, Vice Chairman and Spokesperson of the KPCC, Ashok K. M. Gowda, Spokesperson of the BJP, and Sandeep Anirudhan, Civic activist, all joining us from Bengaluru. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on News 9.